All right, did anybody find junk mail yesterday from a bank in your mailbox? Just keep looking, okay? Yeah, keep looking. Maybe somebody you know does. If you don't have junk mail, maybe your grandma, aunt, your uncle, your friend, neighbor. Say, I'm looking for an advertisement from a bank. An advertisement from a bank about any offers they currently have. So we can do some real world research about finance.
It says on the eligible to receive a $1,400 economic.
Okay. You go to college, you get a job, you got yourself a little townhouse, you need some furniture. You know you have a job, your paycheck's coming, you don't have enough for the furniture, you get a credit card, you spend $2,000 on a couch and a TV. That's the scenario. It's fine. You know your paycheck's coming, you don't have it today, but you need a couch. You need a TV. So you get a credit card, you spend $2,000. You got a 15%. I think I did 17 that time. It's compounded monthly. You should have got this far if you read the question yourself. Okay. The thing is that we've been doing 12 times t in the exponent. This is the number of times that you will pay, or it will be compounded in a year. It's compounded every month, so it's 12 times 1 year for a whole year. What will this number be for 1 month? 1. Okay. It's not happening 12 times. It's only 1 month. So our exponent this time is 1. It's pretty much like 12 times 1/12 because a month is 1/12 of a year. 12 times 1/12 is 1. All right, y'all, put that in your calculator. Let's see what it is. What's our interest rate? We got our couch and our TV. How much did we pay for it?
$100.
No, it was 2,000. How much did we pay the bank for lending us the 2,000? Yeah, I think you're. Oh, make sure you did 2,000, not 200. You're off by more than that. Yeah. Scroll up to the hit enter, and then you can enter. All right, so your answer is 2025. So you already knew there was 2,000 on there. So the 25 extra, that's the interest. So the bank lent you $2,000, and in 1 month they're just charging you 25 bucks. They say no worries, give us 25 bucks. That's their fee for lending you the money. Okay. The next question is, how much do they want you to pay back in that first month of the $2,000 they lent you?
Wait, what? Wait, I calculated after the first month you have to pay $2,321.
No.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Wait, why don't you multiply the 1 by 12?
Because it's only been 1 month. 1 by times 12 would be for a whole year.
Oh.
So I know if I lent someone $2,000, I'd want like 500 bucks that first month. How much would you want back the first month? Yeah, I want my whole 2,000 back. I'm mad I even lent it to you. If I lent, it would be a part of the agreement, right? I would know ahead of time how much. If I lent them 2,000, they would know. Listen, I want 200 a month every month until it's paid off, right? Now, do you guys know how much the banks make you pay back every month?
Yes.
Let's Google it. How much does the bank make you pay back each month? I think I'll reword this question a little bit. How much of the principal balance is paid each month on credit cards?
Teachers, at this time, please release all 12th grade students with a white Cambridge-based assembly pass to the auditorium. Again, please release all 12th grade students with a white Cambridge-based assembly pass to the auditorium. Thank you.
Says 3 and 5%.
Does it say that?
Yeah.
3 to 5%? Anybody different? Anybody besides Kenny get an answer? Your answer's not wrong, but that's relatively new, that answer.
The minimum, how do they determine it?
Yeah. And yours says 3 to 5%? What'd you find, Leo? 3 to 5%.
Good boy,
Anybody else? This is 2 to 4%. Oh, 2 to 4. People have been saying all day 1. Did anybody find 1 to 2%? All right, let's do it with 2 to 4 then. Okay. Number 2 is the answer. The payment is interest. So we just calculated interest. That's the $25 plus 2 to 4% of the balance. So let's figure out what your first payment would be. Because when you go to make the purchase, you actually don't know what the payment will be every month. It's a big mystery until you get the bill in the mail. Well, now you'll know if you actually do the math. You'll know somewhat. Most people don't do the math. All right, so we need to pay 2 to 4% of the balance plus $25. Let's do 2%. Or should we do 3? 3 is right in the middle. So we need to pay back 3% of the $2,000 for the couch and TV, plus the $25 that was the interest. So what's 3% of 2,000? Correct. So the first month you're gonna owe the bank $85. Okay.
I thought it would be 2,000.
So this is actually like when you go to, if you want to pay off everything in 1 month, you would pay $2,000 plus $25 interest. Okay. Most people can't pay the $2,000 in 1 month. That's why they used a credit card in the first place. They didn't have $2,000. So they're going to pay whatever the bill comes for. The bill coming for is $85. Okay. Can you afford $85? Probably. Now let's talk about if you're paying $85 a month, how long does it take you to pay off the $2,000? So, if you're doing 3% of every month, how many months does it take? We need to pay off 100%. So 100% divided by 3. Paying 3% of the balance. And some credit cards will only charge you 1% of the balance, which means it'll take you 100 months to pay them back, which is like 8 years. So some banks, they give you a really long time to pay them back. Paying 3% of the balance, it will take 33 months or about 3 years to pay off. So why does the bank give you 3 years to pay off $2,000? Your parents wouldn't do that. If your parents let you $2,000, they'd make you pay back probably $200 a month. The bank's only making you pay $85 a month. How come they're so generous? It builds interest. So the longer you're in debt to them, the more they get to charge you for this interest. They want their $25 every month. And the more people they can get paying them $25 every month, the better off they are. So they don't want you to pay back the $2,000 right away. They say, you know what? Stretch it out. It used to be 1%. And people, it would take them 100 months, 8 years to pay off credit card debt. Now there's more measures in place to help people understand that, hey, wait a minute, you're actually not paying back what you owe. They used to only charge the $25 and not make them pay back any of the principal. And people were in debt to credit card companies for decades. They didn't realize that they weren't paying anything of this. They were only paying the interest. So you have to be really careful. Don't trust the bank. They don't want you paying off your debt. You have to pay back what you can pay back. So if you're going to spend $2,000, you have to make a plan of paying off $200 a month. Because what happens is you'll get your credit card bill for $85 and you think, I can afford that. Actually, I could afford a credit card bill of $150. So you'll actually put more on your credit card. You'll be like, I got a couch and a TV. Now I want a fridge. You'll go out and you buy a new fridge. And so now they're getting more from you. Your payment is still reasonable, but they're collecting more from you and you're going to owe them longer. So they give you a low bill so you're convinced that you can actually charge more every month. So you have to make a plan to pay it back. Don't trust what they're doing. Remember, they're trying to get more money from you. They're not trying to help you out. Okay. So if it takes 3 years, we have to calculate how much will the furniture actually cost. And then everybody needs to write this down. When it comes to credit, you always pay more than the minimum payment due. If your goal is to get out of debt, don't trust them. Don't pay what they're asking for. Pay more than that. You'll get out of debt much more quickly. If you can. Sometimes it's not possible, and that's okay. Okay, number 4. We're going to do 2,001 plus the 15% divided by 12, and we're going to do 33 months. So that's about 3 years. So we'll do 12 times 3, and that'll tell us, and this is a rough estimate. It's actually more complicated, but this is much closer to reality than most people understand how to do on their own. If you guys have family in finance, we need to talk to them about how it's calculated. Okay, so in total, the cost is $3,127.89. There's also this, it's kind of like a psychological thing. People tend to think that they're going to have more money in the future. The truth is, people actually acquire more costs. Your family grows, you want a house, an apartment, you want a different kind of car. You end up getting more bills in the future. So you might think, oh, I could pay this in the future because I'm going to make more money. but usually your debt will rise more quickly than your salary will. Well, depends on inflation and things like that. But so the TV and the couch did not cost you $2,000. It cost you $3,127. And in the meantime, you may have acquired more debt thinking that it was a low credit card payment. Anybody have any questions or anything to add about that? So if you can, ask your parents, hey, do we pay a credit card bill? Hey, how long have you been paying it? Do you pay the minimum payment? Do you pay more than the minimum payment? What's your interest rate? Do you know how long it's going to take you to pay off? And start asking those questions. Find out what they know. All right, now we can focus on the project. What did you learn, Kenny? Anything? Did you learn anything? 1 through 4? Did you learn anything new about credit cards you didn't know before? Did you know the bank doesn't really charge a lot, or they don't want you paying much of what they owed you back? They're like, keep the money, we'll take your interest. And then they're like, hey, buy something else. And they're gonna put an advertisement on TV, hey, buy this. Hey, you need this, buy this. It's about that.
Ooh. Oh.
You need a new fridge. Cool. What else do you need? You need more than a couch, for sure. When you move into your first
You have to search up
you need a computer for sure.
credit card ATM and above. Those ones are fun because they're supposed to be like
Credit card.
The reason people say that is years ago banks started giving rewards for groceries and gas. And so when you go to the grocery store and you spend $200 on groceries, they say they give you 5% back. Because they give you some money back. Now, if your interest is over 5%, did you really get anything back?
I mean, it's honestly so easy.
Like if they're gonna charge you 20% on it and give you 5% back, what you're doing? 15, right? But that works really well. It's a good idea to use a credit card at Publix, at the gas station, if you go home and you pay it that day. You transfer it from your checking account to your credit card. Then you're good. But if you wait even 30 days, if you wait 31 days, then they got you. You paid more for those groceries than you wanted to. So if you have the money in your checking account, instead of using your checking account, use your credit card, fine. But you have to be on top of it. You have to pay it off that day. Don't delay. So the problem with that is people are very busy. And so it's their intention to pay it. Then they don't. Then they charge interest.
So if you have the money in your checking account, why would you buy it on the credit card?
Because they're giving you 5% back. It's a reward.
They still do that?
And it makes your credit score go up. So that's to entice people. And that is great for people who stay on top of it. But life is very busy. So it's hard to remember to pay it right away. So it's a little bit of an incentive. Why would a bank give you money back? Because they want you doing it. Why do they want you to do it? Because they're gonna make money. So always know what they're not really trying to like give you a prize. They're trying to get you to use their
They
product.
still do the rewards.
Yes, there's tons of rewards.
They said years ago.
That's when it started. It was a good idea. That's from someone who's in marketing. They said, how can we get people to use credit cards more? Let's do this. And it worked. But more people are getting debt. They think they're going to pay it off in the debt. That's really good. I don't know, they just have deals with different airlines, and you get points, and then that goes towards your future flight, and that's very good for people in business who fly a lot. Or yeah, people who bank a lot. And that's a great way for both an airline and a credit card to get that business person's money. But that's beneficial to both parties. Yeah. No. All right, so for student loans, if you don't have any FAU information and you want to move along, I have the FAU data up here, just to help you. So what you see here in purple is 1 year, in green is where I multiplied by 4. You don't have to show the 1 year. I was just showing what I did. So here's the totals for FAU if you want to use that. If you don't have 3 done yet, you have my permission. And then I want to talk about the interest rate on the student loans. Cool. And Alexa, you guys have those questions? What is the current interest rate for these loans? And that's the one on that right here. Sure. Yeah. Yes. So that is 12.
So 18 and 20. That's what my equation is probably. Oh, yeah.
Miss Deb, grab it.
Right here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, I just plug it in the year.
Yeah, no, you're ready. Yes.
And I don't have to like write out every single something because I calculated.
Actually, my intention was for you to write it out and all of the,
Right out what?
which seems excessive, but I'm hoping, and this is really interesting. Come test day, people will say they don't know the formula, and on this project, you're gonna write it out maybe 30 times.
Maybe I did, so I can just write down the equation.
Yeah.
And then I'm good, okay.
Yep, and that's 12 times C. Yeah, and then in the equations, we're gonna put a 1,000 in right there. Because we're gonna charge $1,000.
And I'm just doing that.
I'll be right there. Three people in the
He said I.
Or.
Yeah, you guys are through. That's 12 times. Okay.
I was asking my mom. And I had asked her about who she had
Yeah. Maybe get some later in the week. Alright, ooh, let's see, what time is it? Alright, we were in plenty of time. In like 5-10 minutes, I'm gonna start showing equations and get you all moving along through that. So, if you're still on student loans filling this out, I want you guys just to not worry so much about getting exact numbers. A lot of people keep asking me about this other fees, just like miscellaneous, they call it. Like, just put anything in there. It's supposed to be discovery. It's not supposed to be, so black and white, right or wrong.
Are the intervals?
So you need to fit. Did you do monthly? Did we compound in monthly?
I was talking about.
Repeat 5 and 6. 5 and 6 compound in monthly. I'm sorry. I won't give you full credit for that. Just to compound in monthly.
How much money?
Oh, let's look at the numbers. So we're talking about accurate answers on number calculations. Why you can't divide by 12?
I can't divide.
Yeah.
what should we round to?